Good morning, children. This is A. Manoj Kumar, working in Oxford High School, Pugunduru. Last class, I explained you about Africa. Now, in this session, I am starting a new lesson, that is handicrafts and handlooms. That is seventh lesson. So, in this lesson, I will explain you part A regarding handicrafts. Okay, if you make any kind of product by using your hand, okay, that is called handicrafts. Earlier people they used to make handicrafts. Now people are purchasing the crafts made by the machines. Okay, now then in your textbook one example given, basket making. Nowadays in your house you people are having the plastic baskets instead of palm date baskets. Okay, then here regarding Polaya, one example given. Basket maker of Andugula. Basket maker of Andugula. How baskets are making? So they are collecting wild date palm leaves from the bushes. Especially regarding Yerukula community. So they are living corners of the villages, very far from the villages. They are residing. Then they are collecting. They are going to bushes and collecting the palm leaves, and after that they shaves off that palm leaves, and with the by using the sunrises they will dry these palm leaves. After that they will make the baskets. Okay, na? Then meanwhile what they will do, they will bundle it. Then these bundles they are transported to workplaces. In the workplaces they are doing the baskets. Okay, na? Such a manner the activity continues. What in your textbook given, I will read out. See, Polaya, a basket maker. Polaya, a basket maker. Then he belongs to which village? He belongs to Shankavaram. This Shankavaram village located in Prakasam district. Okay, na Shankavaram village located in Prakasam district. Especially it is located in Kanigiri Mandal, Shankavaram. So that is the native place of Polaya. So Polaya 35 years of old. Bhagyamma is wife of Polaya. That Bhagyamma also, so her occupation also making baskets, basket weaving only. Okay, now together they are both making the baskets. Then they have three children. Polaya father along with other 25 families came to Kandukuru and Bongolu years back. Such a way many people are migrating, especially from Shankavaram. Apart from the Polaya's father, another 25 families they shifted to Kanigiri and Ongolu. Somebody settled down in Kandukuru, somebody settled down in Ongolu. Both are in Prakasam district only. They are living in roadside and they are weaving the baskets. So, meantime they are going and selling these baskets, or else in roadside only they are selling the baskets. Then sells baskets on roadside. Polaya uses the spines of wild date palm. Generally in Telugu we called it Eeta Chetlu. Okay, na? Wild date palm leaves, Eeta Chetlu. Okay, they are collecting that leaves. By using these leaves, they are making the baskets. So, using a knife, shaves off the leaves and dry them. The raw materials, then wild dates, palm leaves brought from Shankavaram. So, these raw materials they are collecting from Shankavaram, which is their own village. Shankavaram is about 80 kilometers from Ongole. That one also remember that. Shankavaram, how many kilometers away from Ongole? From 80 kilometers. From that area, they are collecting the wild date palm leaves. Okay, na? So their relatives, their community people, they are going to bushes and cutting these leaves, and they dry them these leaves and sending to Kandukuru and Ongolu. Then each bundle of here Shankavaram is about 80 kilometers from Ongole, that also explained. Each bundle of date palm spines cost rupees 120. So each bundle cost is 120. Polaya and other basket makers usually bring 10 bundles from 2 months. So in the 2 months period, they are bringing how many bundles? 10 bundles. Each bundle cost 120. 10 into 120. Okay, now Polaya family makes 25 baskets from one bundle. So generally they take 30 minutes to make one basket. Then 10 bundles, 250 baskets they will make. Then he weaves baskets from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So that is regularly they are making the basket. In that time 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. they are making the basket. Meanwhile they are taking rest. Okay, now then again they are continuing their work. So do one thing. We have another 2 paragraphs. Take your textbook. Then I will explain those 2 paragraphs. Polaya sells each basket for rupees 20. So here how then 10 bundles 250 baskets they are making. Each basket cost 10 rupees. Sometimes customers ask for a bigger basket for family rituals. So sometimes if anybody died or else any activity taking place in the family, okay na, then any function taking place in the family, by that time then family members will give the order to Polaya to make a big basket for us by using in the ritual. Like that they are asking, by that time they will pay money. Okay na? Then these are sold at higher prices depending upon the amount of raw materials used. He sells baskets throughout the year. Okay na? Throughout the year they are selling the baskets. Then the cost price is 1200 excluding the transportation charges of rupees. That means they are sending to various places these baskets and selling it where is necessary. Okay na? So if they send them to Gunturu or else surrounding cities, there the people will purchase it by investing more money, isn't it or not? So they are transporting like that. Basket making is a craft work, isn't it or not? Remember that one. Basket making is a craft work that involves the use of wild date palm leaves, cane and bamboo which are found in forests. There has been depletion of forests due to their extensive exploitation for big industries. Here important point is, from where they are collecting these palm date leaves and bamboos, they are collecting from the forest. Nowadays if you see, we are seeing the forest degradation. So due to the industry's purpose, many richest persons going and cutting the forest. Then by that time these small craft persons are going to deep crisis. After that they won't get these kind of palm date leaves which are very essential to make baskets, isn't it or not? So that they will lose their crafts. So old age onwards they are practicing, they are making the baskets and selling in outside market, isn't it or not? Okay, so see, this forces them to move out of rural areas and migrate to urban areas for survival. Then suppose if you lost your work in your village, what you will do? Surely you will go to the village and you will look for a work. Up to now, for example, Polaya, they are collecting palm date leaves from Shankavaram. All of a sudden, what happened? Some business persons they cut down the trees. Okay, na then there is no tree in the Shankavaram and nearby bushes. What will happen? These people will go nearby villages and do various kinds of works, isn't it or not? Okay, na? Then such a way many people are losing their traditional work and going to cities and practicing different kinds of works. Remember that one. Then urban slum. I will tell you regarding the slum area. You tell me what is a slum area. Suppose regarding Polaya, I will give one example. Polaya lost his work. That means he is not able to make any baskets. There is no availability of raw materials. By that time, what he will do? He will go to Vijayawada, for example. Okay, now assume like that. He will go to Vijayawada or Hyderabad. Okay, na? So if he move to Hyderabad, then is it possible to take a room for rent? Not at all possible. By that time, where he will live? In a corner of the city by using, okay, now by arranging one small tent he will live, isn't it or not? Such a way, many people are living such a manner, isn't it or not? By arranging the tents in the corner of the city they are living, then it will become slum, isn't it or not? Already that slum area designed for many purposes, okay, na, from the government. Already government point of view, that is government land. It is designed for another work. Now who are living? These migrated who lost their works, they are going and living in that okay na, slum area. So these slum areas are filthy areas. Smell is coming out. Congested environment are existed. That means conditions are very worsen in that area. So side by side they are constructing houses. There is no parking places. Okay na? So side by side, very congestedly they are leading their lives in the slum areas. There is no water facility. Government won't provide them any ration facilities because they don't have permanent houses. Okay na? They don't have any pattas. Okay, all of a sudden if the government say, then this is meant for another, okay na, industry, this is meant for another construction which is very essential to government. Like that, if the government given instructions, they have to vacate that place. By that time what they will do? By that time they will face a lot of crisis, they will face a lot of problems. In such a manner, many people who are living in the slum areas, they are facing then severe problems, isn't it or not? They don't, suppose if you are living in a village, then you will get the ration. If you have a permanent house, then you will get the ration. All the benefits you will get it. Suppose if you go to the city, such benefits you won't take. Where you are living, in the corner of village you are corner of the city you are living. So that is that is not at all legalized place, but you are staying for fulfilling your stomach, isn't it or not? Such a manner, like Polaya, many people, whenever they lost their traditional jobs, they are going and settling down in the cities, and so such a worst conditions they are facing. So this is all about handicrafts. Okay, na, part 1. Regarding part 1 I explained you. So nowadays if you see handicrafts, many people are not able to follow practicing their handicrafts. Earlier if you see, then 20-25 years back, many products made by the hand, that means handicraft products are available. Nowadays there is no handicraft product, isn't it or not? For example, baskets. So which baskets are used by these kind of people? By using these bamboos or palm date leaves. That is a traditional work, that is a handicraft work, isn't it or not? So many people like that, they are losing their traditional works, moving to somewhere else, and so they are they are in worst conditions. Okay na? So next session I will explain you in the part 2 regarding the handlooms. Okay na? Do you understand? So in your textbook, part 1 you read again. Okay na? So like one story is given regarding Polaya, then read out once again. So this is not at all important one, where Polaya wife both are together doing same kind of basket weaving work. Polaya father many years back along with 25 families, they reached Kandukuru and Ongolu. Roadside they are living. Okay na? They are making, okay, baskets, then they are pricing it for 25 rupees and selling it. So per 2 months they are collecting 10 bundles. Each bundle is 25 rupees. Like that information given. Okay na? So once go through. Okay na? Thank you very much.